All right.
About
We are doing
with great pleasure.
Acid
We are
Queen
doing a
episode. Mistake. Yeah, we'll apologize in a sec. Acid Queen, episode 34. Azhurel, Aaron,
Acid and Queen.
Tina Turner.
Tina and Turner.
So, yeah, we just gotta publicly apologize. Wait,
did you hear that click noise? What was that?
That was my phone shutting off. We know, so we gotta publicly apologize because we know
we messed up
that there's better stuff by Tina Turner.
Know. So what we kind of were talking about was we were talking about like maybe here's my idea too. Maybe if like relevant artists pass away, we should like make sure we do one of their albums as soon as possible. Then shortly after Tina Turner passed away. So he was like, so does that mean we got to do a Tina album? I'm like, yeah, sure. So I didn't know a single thing about Tina Turner other than that she was a popular black pop artist from like the 80s. That's all I knew. So I went to Rate Your Music. I sorted by highest rated, and I saw 2 highly rated 80s albums. And then I saw Acid Queen as one of her first albums that was highly rated. So I'm like, okay, so let's dwindle it down between her best 80s stuff, which I feel like was going to be more representative of her like quintessential sound, and like maybe like her best early stuff, because that might be like more interesting, right? And I thought that this album was kind of like a cult classic amongst the Tina Turnerians. But if you go to Rate Your Music, it has like 200 reviews, and that is not a lot. So
no, that is not a lot.
196 ratings and 7 reviews, as opposed to Foreign Affair has 500 ratings and 12 reviews. Private Dancer 1,600 ratings and 45 reviews. And then in third place,
that's Acid Queen.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
And then third place with 7 reviews, we chose to do that one. And I didn't even know that apparently Tina Turner has more popular stuff that isn't solo with her then husband Ike and Tina Turner. And this stuff is much, much, much more highly praised. This is kind of where her popularity comes from.
Well,
not popularity, her like reverence more so.
Yeah, we'll get into it when I talk about the artist, but she's a weird artist for sure. We definitely fucked up by doing her solo stuff.
What's the other album that you heard of hers that we had you?
Foreign Affair. So yeah, it was kind of like, do we do Foreign Affair or do we do Acid Queen without
remembering that? Because you literally had I Can Turn.
I had it in my library, but I've totally forgot about it. But it comes on so much in my Vibe playlist that I don't know how I forgot. There's one song that's way good that comes on, but I forgot. If I would have spoke a little sooner. It was like 2 days ago we found out that like we'd already been listening to it.
So now we've decided that from here on out, any bands that we're not familiar with, if we're doing like a post-mortem episode, we're going to do at least a basic scrub of Wikipedia before picking the album. I literally just ranked by highest on Rate Your Music, and I don't know why I picked third place. It should have been between top 2 at least.
Well, I listened to Foreign Affairs and Acid Queen, and I was like, let's do Acid Queen.
Because Foreign Affair was a lot worse.
Yeah.
Is it a lot worse because you don't like the 80s sound, or is it like bad?
Both.
Do you think I would dislike it more?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I was eventually just like, yeah, let's do Acid Queen, but I completely forgot about Ike and Tina Turner stuff, which is so good. It's actually way good. So anything we say in this video, forgive us, because we do recognize that like this other older stuff is way good, way better.
I don't recognize that. I haven't really heard it.
I do. It's so good. It's way good. It's amazing.
But I trust
this.
That he's right.
The other anything she did solo. I'm not a huge fan, so you guys will find out. But we'll go over it.
I don't know. We messed up. So we're probably the only people on YouTube who've ever done a thorough review of this album.
It's
So
not even on
have fun.
Spotify. It's literally only on
or Apple
YouTube.
Music.
So yeah, I'll guess for you probably 20s,
Okay.
10s maybe.
I'm gonna guess for you. Oh boy. Yikes. This is gonna be a negative 50.
Okay. You've been on a roll with this my score, so I'm trying not to
Oh no!
give anything away, but
I thought Ike was her brother until they had that song together, and then it was all like romantic.
You never heard romantic siblings?
I mean, she's from Tennessee. Okay, that fits.
Yeah, I was gonna say. All right, so first time hearing it was literally 2 weeks ago for me.
2 days ago for me.
3 weeks ago. No, 2 weeks ago, and kind of just.
He's always way ahead
she's
of the
dead.
schedule.
She just died, so we gotta listen to something.
We gotta figure out which one to go through.
Yeah, and so there it is. We picked this one. Our mistake.
Should we
We're
have
gonna
done
do
the
it.
other one instead?
In fact, let's just do the other one right now. Let's just listen to it, and I'm just kidding. R.I.P. Tina Turner. Let's get into it. Tina Turner, born as Anna Mae Bullock. Tina Turner is not Anna Mae Bullock. So pretty much, her real name is not Tina Turner. That name was given to her by her husband. We'll get into it though.
That's a bizarre thing to do.
Yeah, was an American singer, actor, and author. She made music from 1958 to 2009.
Whoa, she made music in the 50s?
Yeah, dude, with Ike. That was when she made good stuff, bro.
In the 50s? She's old then. Yeah, The Soul of Ike and Tina Turner came out in 61.
I think their first album together was 61, yeah.
They look so young.
Yep.
Crazy.
So 58 to 2009 she was active. She was born in Tennessee in 1939 and died in Switzerland 14 days ago.
Whoa.
She was known as the Queen of Rock and Roll. She started making music with the Kings of Rhythm, which is a dumb name, and later played in Ike and Tina Turner Revue as the lead singer with her ex-husband. She was known for her swagger, sensuality, powerful, gravelly vocals, and energetic performance. In 1980, she supposedly launched the biggest comeback in music history, and I wholeheartedly agree. She's had a crazy career. I'll get into it.
Biggest comeback in music history.
She was a nobody in the 70s.
Oh, like this stuff isn't very popular then?
Yeah, I'll explain, yeah. Well, no, Ike and Turner was huge. Then 70s solo stuff, not huge. 80s came back almost as a whole other artist.
Yeah, okay, I see.
So Tina has sold more than 150 million records worldwide and has 12 Grammys. She's ranked in the top 100 artists of all time in Rolling Stones. Inducted into the Rock Hall of Fame twice, once as a member of Ike and Tina Turner Revue and once as a solo artist.
Yeah, you can see 1979 has 4 written reviews, 89 just scores, and then 5 years later, 45 written reviews, 1,600 scores. That is a huge jump.
So, big comeback. Rock Hall of Fame twice. She has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Turner was born in Brownsville, Tennessee on November 26, 1939. She was related to a couple artists.
Oh, Timmy Turner.
Yeah. Who's that again?
Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah. She was related to a couple of artists. Timmy Turner, sister Ruby Eileen Bullock, and Eugene Bridges. They have Wikipedia pages, and they are artists in their own right. She fell in love with Harry Taylor in high school and dated for a year, and later found out he was married and was having kids.
Bro, that is awkward.
So they ended their relationship because of that. I'm actually married and I have kids. They were both in high school and they were in the same grade.
Whoa.
So this dude was getting around.
You're talking about her Her prolific career. In 2010, she dropped a Buddhist Christian prayer album.
I didn't know she made music in 2010. She just
Turner
featured as an
is
artist or something
lady-
on this?
That was a band called Beyond, which was apparently a 3-person group of just Christian.
There was nothing that came up about this.
11 ratings and no reviews. Let's do this album next. I think it's really critical in her discography.
Nothing came up
album
about
cover,
that, bro. Nothing came up in my research about this.
Tina Turner, what did you do here?
She's not even Christian.
Is she Buddhist?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it says Buddhist and Christian.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting that she's Buddhist. Well, tell me about it.
Yeah, so she graduated high school in 1958 and began to frequent nightclubs in 1957 before she graduated, where she saw Ike Turner perform with Kings of Rhythm because her sister was dating the drummer. They went and watched him. She was mesmerized by their performance, and she was able to sneak the microphone from the drummer during an intermission one night and sung a B.B. King ballad after failing to be accepted into the band and was asked to join the band after singing. She began dating the saxophonist Raymond Hill. She became pregnant with him and she became pregnant from him, I guess, and moved in with him, and he lived with Ike Turner. So they were roommates, and so
saucy.
Hill left her after breaking his ankle, so she would be a single parent. I don't know exactly what happened. He just broke his ankle and dipped to a different state. She was platonic friends with Ike from the time they met up until 1960. So for 2 years. After showing up to a studio that was already paid for, the lead singer did not show up, so Ike let Tina sing vocals with no intention of keeping her as lead, but the tape was sent to Juggy Murray, president of Sue Records, and he liked it. He said Tina sounded like Screaming Dirt. The band was paid for the tracks that they recorded, and they were convinced by the record label to make Tina the star of the band. This is when she got the name Tina because it rhymed with Sheena, an American comic book character.
Funny.
Ike had trademarked the name so that if Tina left the band, he could rename the next female singer Tina.
What a bizarre person.
Yeah, so that's where her name comes from. That's not even her real name, so... But everybody just knows her as Tina Turner now, so...
I always have referred to her as Screaming Dirt.
Yeah, that's sick. Screaming Dirt.
It is sick.
Ike and Tina had success in 1960 and started the Ike and Tina Turner Review, which included the Kings of Rhythm and a female singing group, the Ikeettes. During this time...
Is this his harem or something? The Ikeettes?
Yeah. During this time, Ike began to cheat on his girlfriend with Tina.
Ooh.
So she reportedly tried to leave Ike, but was struck by him instead. I'm sorry, I'm laughing at that. The way I wrote that. She reportedly tried to leave Ike, but was struck by him instead.
Homie hit Tina?
Homie was a massive abuser.
Oh.
She tried to leave, and instead she got hit.
Wow.
They had a child in 1960, and they married unofficially in 1962 in Tijuana. Phil Spector, the guy who did the Wall of Sound production technique. For those who don't know, Wall of Sound production is just a technique that creates dense layering of sound by combining multiple instruments to create a more full-bodied sonic experience. So he saw them play and wanted to produce them. They signed with him in 1966. He was a very pivotal guy in the 60s. So, is it the Beach Boys that he worked with? It was.
He worked with like everyone in the 60s, dude. Spectre.
Yeah.
He also murdered someone.
Damn. Maybe we should do like an episode on him one day. But
a Spectre album.
In the mid-70s, the duo of Ike and Tina split when Ike became heavily addicted to cocaine. This is when her career began to go downhill, as her solo albums were not charting, and the United Artists record label dropped her. Surmounting lawsuits from canceled tours with Ike forced her to tour on her own to pay the lawsuits with little success. Turner left him after a fight on their way to Dallas on July 1st, 1976. She fled their hotel with 36 cents and a credit card to the Ramada Inn across the freeway from where they were staying. She filed for a divorce later that month and asked for $5,000 a month in alimony and child support. She was allowed to keep her stage name in court, and she
Wow.
began living off
She had to
food
fight for
stamps.
that? What?
Yeah,
In the 70s?
yeah, she dropped, bro. She
Around
began
the time this album came out, she was living on food stamps?
1976,
So a
so the
little
year
after.
after,
What?
because
That's
they have a song together on
crazy.
this, and then
Yeah,
they
true.
split. So she began being remembered as a nostalgic act and began playing smaller venues and nightclubs until re-signing by stroke of luck with Capitol Records in 1983
Well,
and charting again by
when did
84.
Rough and Love Explosion come in? How did they come into existence?
I mean, she was releasing them and they weren't charting, so nobody signed her, and she was just playing local venues, and people kind of forgot about her. But in Capitol Records signed her in 83 and began charting again by 84. This is when she began to gain even more recognition than before, getting the Hollywood Star that year, selling millions of records that decade, setting world records for playing in front of the largest crowds to date at the time, etc. She met Erwin Bach in 1986, a music executive, and began dating a year later. They married after 27 years of dating.
Where's Irwin and Tina?
He didn't make music. He was just a hotshot
What a
dude.
freaking idiot.
Yeah. She took a hiatus from 2000 to 2004, where she really slowed down making music around this time, but made a single here and there. She performed live with Beyonce in 2008 at the Grammy Awards. She began writing more books and working with humanitarian organizations more. In 2021, she sold the rights to her music to BMG Rights Management for $50 million, and they're still handling the distribution of her music. She was also inducted into the Rock Hall of Fame again during 2021. First time was, I think, in the 70s after her Ike and Tina Turner stuff.
Right.
She had tried to commit suicide because of Ike's abusiveness and infidelity in 1968 by overdosing on diazepam pills.
It's the thing you texted my wife about being able to pronounce right.
Yep.
Dang, they still made albums after that too? Like, all it had to have been all just like fake, right? Like, just like the love wasn't there. They just did it for the money.
She never really loved him, apparently.
How do they have an album in the late 70s if they were long divorced by this point?
I think I think Ike was releasing stuff that she was credited for.
Airwaves.
To some degree.
What? Yeah, he looks like a douche. His face. The face of a guy that's a freaking douche. Doesn't he? He looks like a jerk.
Yeah. She's hot, though. Yeah, I don't think she really loved him like that much.
Dang,
just
you
like
felt that before.
Not being loved or not loving someone?
The first one.
Probably both.
The first one is what I was getting at.
I haven't felt that. Oh, yeah, I have. Turner she had two biological sons and adopted two sons of Ike's because he apparently was a bad father, so she took them all as her own.
What a freak.
The son she had with the saxophonist from the Kings of Rhythm committed suicide in 2018.
Whoa.
Yeah. She was a Buddhist Baptist.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wait, a Buddhist Baptist?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Devout Buddhist or some shit.
Buddhist baptism. But baptism is like a Christianity thing.
No, Buddhist, it was a title, not an action.
Oh. Well, Baptist to Buddha. Can you be a Baptist and a Hindu? Isn't baptism a denomination of Christianity?
Yeah, so maybe she's kind of just in the middle there.
I don't know how you can do that, but good for her.
I don't know either. That's just what I read, bro.
She's just covering her bases. Like, I can't go to hell in Christianity. I can't go to hell in Buddhism.
For real, I'm everything. In 2013, she relinquished her U.S. citizenship and gained a Swiss citizenship. She had to pass like a series of
whoa, look at this album cover.
History tests. Damn, that is sick.
Yeah, it is.
Who is that?
That's Ike.
Damn.
Looks cool now. Now maybe he was in the right. I'm just kidding. Changed my mind. He looked cool in this album cover, so maybe maybe he's misunderstood. Did anyone ask how he was feeling during that situation?
Probably not. Nobody ever cares about how the dude's feeling. All they hear is the girl tell stories.
Oh, interesting. Is that what your lawyer?
Now there's
is
a
that
song.
what your lawyer
There's a
told
song.
you to say?
There's a song that mentions that. What song is it? Oh, it's by the Kinks. Situation Vacant. Where he's like, she went back to the farm and started telling how I beat her when I was drunk and shit, and then he was saying like none of it was true or some shit. I can't remember, but maybe
I have
it
a
was.
feeling it was true.
I have a feeling it was too. She gained her Swiss citizenship and relinquished her U.S. one in 2013, so she had to pass a series of history and language tests to get that citizenship.
She speaks Switzerland?
Swiss,
I know,
whatever. But yeah, her final wealth when she died was estimated at $225 million.
Okay, that's a good amount.
In 2018, she revealed that she had a life-threatening illness, multiple actually.
Whoa.
Cancer, untreated high blood pressure, and strokes. Many
Okay.
artists paid homage to her death. Many high-profile government figures also made public statements about her death.
Did Obama? I feel like Obama did.
He did.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew that fool. He's always in the music world.
Yeah.
Obama, Tina Turner. Oh, dang, he had like a whole tribute? What? Bet Trump didn't say nothing about no Tina. Yeah, he had a whole like spiel about it. Huh.
Yeah. She also did a show with Mick Jagger, and Mick Jagger had ripped her dress off. She got all embarrassed and like ran off stage.
Was that a Super Bowl thing?
No.
Oh, it wasn't one of the... I was thinking it was like that infamous like Super Bowl wardrobe malfunction that happened in like the 90s. No, I think that was someone else. Whatever.
Yeah.
Wait, did he do that intentionally?
He was just getting into the music and probably
Tina Turner skirt. I swear I've heard about this. This is kind of an infamous thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like for a wardrobe malfunction?
Yeah.
I don't even see the issue. Oh, it's just ripped. Oh, yeah. Okay, that is an issue.
So
freaking Mick Jagger.
You got a little wild that night, but that's not even in my notes.
Like Jagger, bro.
That's not even in my notes.
You just did research on.
I did tons of research. Yeah.
What's the word I'm looking for? Scantily clad.
No, I just ended up. Well, it was on Wikipedia, but I didn't write it down. I just remembered it. So yeah, huge deal. A whole list of her honors is on Wikipedia under her musical legacy and accolades section, which I'll link in the description because it's pretty long. There's like an entire page, actually, entire Wikipedia page for it. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, but she only had one award from the time between 1967 to 1992.
What was it?
I don't remember. Oh yeah, I do.
It was that Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
No, it was. No, it was. She was the first black woman on cover of Rolling Stones magazine.
Wow.
Is that an award? I don't know if that's an award, but it's definitely a record.
Yeah. Okay.
The rest of her approximately 20 awards came after that time. There's also a whole Wikipedia page on her awards. So yeah.
Wow, she's out here doing things.
Yeah.
I wonder how well did her one album sell? That big one, Private Dancer.
Nothing really ever topped charts.
Private Dancer? Are you kidding me, dude? This one is
I guess those topped those charts. What are those charts?
5 times US platinum?
Yeah.
It's a lot. And then Foreign Affairs, gold. Fell off. Break Every Rule is a platinum. Dang, it was really, this was the one though. Mm-hmm. And that's the one you listened to or no?
No.
Dang,
I'd heard a little bit of it, but
we should have just done that one. We're stupid.
Yeah. She had 10 solo studio albums, but her singles, remix, and compilation discography is extensive. She had like 22 albums with Ike. She had like 12 tours from 1977 to 2009. She had like 17 appearances in film and 4 books.
Wow.
And that's all I have on her. album stuff. We
There's
should get into
probably
the
literally
artwork
nothing.
first.
Sure, yeah, let's get into the artwork. So there's 2 covers for this album.
I like the first one more,
I
but
like the second one more. So you have this, which don't get me wrong, it looks cool. I mean, yeah, it's there. It's her in this beautiful shimmering dress, like twirling, and you got matching shoes. Her name's written across in this like sloppy cursive black background. It's like a good imagery. The colors pop from the black background. That's cool. I think I like the other one better though.
It's also on Wikipedia.
Yeah, this one is cooler to me.
I think she looks hot in that one, but I don't think I like it more.
I like the dramatic like look of her face, and the big text here as opposed to the tiny little text of this. This one seems more empty. There's a lot of empty space here.
I like the
Sharpness, the brightness of the
pantomime
color.
that she's doing though.
This is cool. I actually think that might have been part of the reason why I was thinking about not when I was picking albums. I was like, oh, this one looks cool because like you got this vibrant imagery.
They both look sick. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Album cover.
That one's from a 2005 reissue, and then the original one is from 1975.
I mean, when you look through her other album covers, they're all pretty dumb.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, not gonna lie, Private Dancer's kind of sick though, but it doesn't stand out.
It looks
from afar.
stupid.
Cat, bro, come on! It looks like.
Oh, I didn't even see the
your
cat.
homie.
Damn. All right, you got the kitty.
Kitty, baby.
Yeah, so artwork is interesting, I guess.
It's there.
The album itself, Acid Queen, is her second solo studio album. It was recorded in 1975 and released in August of that same year. Classified as rock, soul, funk rock, and R&B.
I'd add pop in the front of
too.
every single one of those.
Yeah.
So pop rock, pop soul, and pop whatever that last one was.
R&B.
Yeah.
Is pop R&B real? There's no way that's real.
Well, pop
I mean, it
as a
could
modifier, it definitely exists for every genre.
Yeah.
So like pop death metal.
That's a good question.
I'm sure like death metal,
Or
like
pop
diehards,
ambient?
death metal diehards, like this is like poppy death metal. This isn't like real death metal.
Yeah, for sure. Reviews range from yellow to orange, so not crazy good, but
Yellow to orange? Orange?
there's some oranges by critics.
Okay.
Um,
We're critics now, right? Like we can categorize ourselves that way?
yeah, Music Sucks is a whole critic media outlet.
Yo, let's start editing Wikipedia and adding our review scores.
Down.
All music,
35
Robert
or
Christ
something.
Cow, and then it will say XYZ out of 600 from Music Sucks YouTube. That'd be sick.
Tons of people on the albums, but on the album worked on it. On the album to be worked, tons of people worked on the album, but main ones are herself, Ed Green on drums, Henry Davis on bass, Ray Parker Jr. on guitar, Jerry Peters and Clarence McDonald's on keyboard, and many others on percussion, orchestra, brass, and reed. Bunch of nobodies really, but
there's like a lot of instruments in this album.
Yeah. Production was done mainly by
song.
Spencer Proffer and Denny Diante. Mixing was done by Ron Malo.
Dang, that's my guy.
Yeah, I've never heard of these guys.
He actually has his own Wikipedia. Wow.
Yeah,
he's
mixing
done
is
stuff.
generally always somebody who's done stuff, but I know track 6 features Ike.
Yeah.
The album title was inspired
so
by
tired.
her. The album title was inspired by her role in Ken Russell's film adaptation of The Who's classic rock opera Tommy, where she starred as a character called the Acid Queen.
Oh, okay. I thought she like. I think I was down to. I think I was interested in this album because I thought it'd be like pseudo psyche because Acid Queen. Like I was thinking
Yeah.
like some Jimmy.
I thought so too,
Turner,
honestly.
Tina Turner, and then I heard track 1. I'm like,
Yeah. You're like, fuck. I fucked up. Side A is all covers though.
oh really?
Yeah. It peaked. So we got a Rolling Stones, 2 Rolling Stones covers, 2 The Who covers,
I Can See for Miles. I definitely knew that song. I knew these two. I don't think I knew the other ones. Acid
then-
Queen is a cover. The title track is a cover song.
Yeah, The Who. The Who's rock opera.
Oh, right. Okay.
So that's 2 Rolling Stones songs, 2
The Who.
The Who, and 1 Led Zeppelin.
Are you going to talk about Led Zeppelin covering or copying one of Tina's songs?
Well, it's not on this album, but
No.
if you're at all anybody sees this and tell me if you agree, but the song "Since I've Been Loving You" by Led Zeppelin was totally a copy of Otis Redding and Tina and Ike's cover of Otis Redding's song "Been Loving You for Too Long" or something.
Oh, so
Total
it's not even
copy.
the same song.
No,
like
it's
the
just the
title.
exact same idea. It's not a cover at all. It's just like the exact same idea, but Led Zeppelin does it, and they try to like change the lyrics up a little bit, and like this, like the emotion is all the exact same, like at the
Inflection.
same points, and their songs is a
What?
lot longer because they have like solos and whatever, but
So
it's
that
like the
song's-
exact
That's the better version,
same.
at least.
They're both good songs.
Okay.
I don't know. It depends if you want some rock or if you want some older rock. If you want some heavier rock or some older rock. But yeah, they're both good songs, but they're such scumbags they straight copied that song to the T. So, anyways.
That used to be normal.
Okay.
Just
It
kidding,
peaked
it's
at
normal now, too.
155 on Billboard 200, this Acid Queen one. So that not super high, but some people criticize the album's structure and arrangement in that the songs covered don't quite add up to a good piece of art. They're like, you could have picked better songs to cover.
For real.
That's all I got.
All right.
Under my thumb, the guy who once pushed you around is stabbing me.
Under my thumb.
A cover from Rolling Stones. This person sounds better because Tina's a better singer, but both songs are ass.
I described Under My Thumb as generic 70s pop rock soul fusion. Emotionlessly played generic classic rock radio type music, like, you know, the type of
100%.
radio music, like
100%.
the type of, like, I think they call it adult rock. There's like a term for it now. They, instead of like classic rock, it's like
Dad rock.
ANR. Adult rock. Oh, whatever. Yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. I'll find it. Term for dad rock.
That's what I think.
AOR, adult oriented rock. There it is. So it's like rock for people who are like in their 40s and 50s. Old idiots. Yeah, emotionlessly played, really drab. I don't even really like her vocal inflections in this song. I don't like the
Sometimes it's good, sometimes
yelly,
it's bad.
shouty, gravelly. I don't like it. Sometimes there are some songs where it is good,
Yeah.
but not so much in this song. And that's kind of like her whole shtick. So if I don't like the singing, then there really is nothing else going for the song. Even the solo at the end just sounds so
Yeah.
emotionless and
That's just
plastic and
fucking-
corporate, and
That's what that
God, bro.
70s overproduction stuff is.
this isn't even overproduced.
This sounds a little bit overproduced, or I don't want to say underproduced, but it definitely sounds like they didn't try, but they like tried to.
Seems like they tried, but they didn't have that much money.
Yeah.
Because she was.
Well, no, you're right. You're right. I don't think it's overproduced.
Thank you.
It definitely sounds like they're moving towards a point though, where they're like.
This is the This is the early 70s, bro, or mid 70s. You're already getting the 80s vibe from this album. I don't hear
A little bit.
maybe a tiny bit. Acid Queen is thus an immensely enjoyable affair from start to finish. Who are you, bro?
Probably a 70-year-old.
For real.
I'm in a hurry, so you can take your time. Oh,
Let's spend the night together.
Yep.
Very anticlimactic chorus. I'll just say that.
It's another It's a more soulful song. It's like more of like soul pop than like rock. There's like choir girl vocals and more luscious keyboard playing and more soulful singing. It's like an attempt to make like a rich, luscious soul song, but just flat and plasticky and bad. This is You asked me why I don't like pop because it sounds like this. This is pop.
Pop sucks.
Almost all pop sucks. Like pop by definition is flat and corporate. If you had a modifier in front of pop, sometimes it could be good. Like I said, dream pop, synth pop.
There.
Good pop.
There's the
That's my
modifier.
favorite genre.
No, it's another Rolling Stones cover, and this song is so boring. It's bad.
Yeah.
The vocals are sung pretty like Turner does, but it's just bad 60s pop rock.
70s.
Well, it's from a 60s song. Song.
Yeah, but the vibes are
Okay.
70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Acid Queen.
Acid Queen. Another more cheesy pop rock song this time. Cheesy tambourines, horns, shouty vocals, guitar riffs. I can kind of applaud the variety of sounds going on, from like bells to orchestras, twinkly keys, and whatever else. But the song is just so structurally boring
Yeah.
that it still just doesn't make it interesting. It's almost like they're like, okay, this song is really bland. How do we spice it up? Okay, let's throw orchestra in there. Okay, let's throw some bells in there. It's like it doesn't
It
make it
definitely
doesn't.
seems-
It's better that way, but it doesn't make the song good.
It seems like it was an idea on paper and they tried to make it happen. Like most time, like I feel like making music, it's like the not or the figuring out of the instrument is like inspiring and motivating enough, and like sometimes you get a sound that you were not intending and it just works good, and like that's motivating. But when you just have it all on paper and you're like, let's make this idea right here, let's do that. That sounds like exactly what they did.
Yeah,
So-
for real. Yep, that's pop music for you.
Yeah, it's a Who cover. The Who cover. That's a band for those who don't know.
If you don't know, you're not watching this video, bro. Let's be honest.
Weird. The guitar effect is way too clean. Yeah,
It almost reminds me of the intro of the first song on Ram. And Give Life Back to Music.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I feel like that was produced a little more electronic-y though.
Yeah.
But the bass line is boring and just sounds badly produced.
Yep.
I don't care if you're a gypsy. I don't care if you're guaranteed, because I guarantee I'll never play this song by voice.
Oh, that was good. That was good. Better than the actual song.
Yeah. For
Nah.
real, this is one of the albums. You're better off watching this video than listening to the album.
Yeah, that's fair.
See, you deliberately put things in my way. Well, here's a poke at you. You're gonna choke on it too.
I can see for miles and miles.
I Can See for Miles, another Who cover. Another The Who cover.
Yep. And for me, the best song on the album, but that's not saying too much. For me, it has a decently well executed lusciousness. There's like a descending orchestra, and there's like a nice build up to the chorus. There's like a cool like twinkly keyboard that happens during the chorus as well. There is some well executed dramatic nature to this song, whereas the others just purely fall flat emotionally. And her vocals are actually this is good. Like this is what I expect her vocals to be when they're good. When she holds that miles, and she's got the wiggle in her voice. I don't remember what it's called. What is it called when you?
Vibrato.
Yeah, vibrato in her voice, and it is very gravelly too. It sounds sick. Her voice sounds good in this song. Yeah, not bad.
pull this down because you're gonna be loud as fuck. Sit like this far from your mouth. I'm talking up I said I do not agree that this song is the best on the album. In fact, this is one of my least favorite on the album.
This fool.
Where it's got this bad 70s synth that goes wow 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 wow.
That sounds sick.
And worse vocal delivery than the Who's version.
Oh, okay. Okay, I agree.
The classic Tina vocals are also a little over dramatic here.
Oh, come on. It's only good. It's only good because the orchestra build up though, and like the keyboard
The
build
orchestra
up,
part is sweet.
like it builds up to it to make it work.
Sure, I can maybe see that, but it's a little over dramatic for me.
That's fair. It's not like the coolest song ever. It's just for the album.
Cause I want a whole lot of love. I want a whole lot of love. Give me a whole lot of love.
Whole lot of love.
This one's the Zeppelin cover.
The Zepster, the Zepmeister, the Zeppinator. Another cover song, this time of Led Zeppelin, as I just said. The song is almost good just by virtue of having that awesome riff that the original song has.
Yeah.
But I'm never gonna opt for this version, so so I'm never gonna listen to it. It cannot.
You can't be covering songs if you just do it worse.
Yeah, I mean there is additions that the original song doesn't have, like twinkle sounds and and the orchestra that rises and choral vocals, like the female choral vocals. Yeah, and like other like pseudo lusciousness, but it just sounds flat. Like there's something about it. Like the instrumentals, I don't know, it just doesn't sound like there's no feeling behind it.
It was all put on paper and then like, let's do this. So
Twinkles.
I don't think they were having much fun making this album. All guess. Except for maybe Tina, but the rest were probably fuck. I have to go to work today.
Yeah. Yes, dude. 100%. You feel that with this.
I thought it was probably the best cover song on the album.
That's fair. Second
Probably
best. Probably the second best song on the whole album for me.
Yeah. I think it's probably one of my top songs on the album, but probably because by this point in the album she's covering harder rock, which is
more her up her alley.
Yeah. The guitar sounds like a wannabe Hendrix and a wannabe Miles Davis, like old
Miles Davis plays a guitar? I thought he was a jazz guy.
Yeah, in like the 70s he gets a guitar and starts using a bunch of wah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Has guitar, I think. Or maybe it's the album right after, but I don't like that stuff.
Well, if you don't like wah guitar, then you're going to have an issue with the next song.
Yeah, so the guitar sounds like wannabe them, but it's just like overproduced 70s wah. The vocals literally sound like Robert Plant.
I know!
Like they sound pretty similar.
I was thinking that.
I could also do without the outro, which is neither climactic nor entertaining nor danceable.
Yeah, it's just her getting... What is it? It's just the choir going, got a whole lot of love.
Yeah, all emotionless.
Got a whole lot of love. Got a whole lot of love. But no instruments, just that. Yeah, so pretty boring. But yeah, it was pretty insane how similar the original vocals sounded. Her delivery's more flat too. Like it's like, I got a whole lot of love. And she kind of drops that last note. Robert is putting more thrust into it. Yeah, dude, sounds so much cooler. I just want to. We gotta do Jimmy. We gotta do Led Zeppelin. Like we're expired for Led Zeppelin, bro.
We're not expired for Led Zeppelin.
Yes, we are. We're doing Led Zeppelin's. I'm picking it next week. Or week after.
We gonna get it on, and then we're going on. You don't know, girl.
Baby Get It On
with Ike featuring. Ike ruins the song. He sounds so bad.
Yeah.
But I'll get into it. Does he sound like that in the 60s?
No.
Thank God.
No, there was a major shift around this time from their music styles.
I said Baby Get It On is such a bad, cheesy dad rock love song. Ike sounds so bad. He has like a gritty voice, but it's higher register. And it's shouty, but also at the same time like nasally. It's so like uniquely terrible.
It's a big yikes. For
It's
sure.
horrible. He sounds horrible. And there's like cheesy horns that sound so poppy, like like just cheesiest,
No.
dumbest horns ever.
I know.
There's like sexy time wah guitars set to like the love sound of the song, but dude, I like wah. There's
No, Wa's sick.
wah can be so
Hendrix
sick.
does it
Jimmy
way
kills it.
good.
Speaking of Bark Psychosis, probably the only time that anyone will ever talk about Bark Psychosis, Tina Turner in the same sentence, but they use a wah guitar in one song, and it's like one of the most sexy, beautiful songs I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
It can be used amazingly, especially in like a more like either jam out Jimi Hendrix like way, or
Dude,
like
he's so good.
or like a really really slow and suave way. But
Yeah.
this is just like in a poppy, terrible way. It makes it sound so cheesy, and tambourines too. Like, bro, it's like all the worst sounds. So cheesy and lame. I'm over it the moment it turns on. Lyrics like "I want to stick to you like a white on rice." So stupid, bro. That's such a dumb line, bro. And then unironically saying "doggone." Okay, I get it's the 70s, but it still sounds so stupid. It's like saying rats. No one sings and says rats in a song. It sounds so dumb. 70s slang sounds stupid, especially that. And his voice gets extra scratchy and shouty at the end of the song. It's so bad. Tina's singing is fine. It sounds, if not good, it's impassioned, but holy crap, the rest of the song is so trash, dude. It's trash.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it's not abrasive. It's just like, ugh, this sucks. If it was more shouty, it could really drop. But it's just like this lame mediocrity. I just can't with this stupid song.
You get over it pretty quick.
Yes.
However, I do feel like the album is starting to move in a better direction by this point, just because it's original stuff.
Oh, just the direction is better.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, maybe it'll start getting a little more interesting because this is
You
stuff
thought.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, nope.
All these
But
songs are
during
even
the album
worse,
experience,
bro.
that's how I was at this point. It's the song that starts side B, and is the only song on the album featuring Ike. Just more 70s glam rock pop bullshit.
Imagine being the guy who buys the 1991 CD release and is like, "Yo, bonus track, bro."
And then putting it in and being like, "Fuck, I just wasted $20."
You should have been knowing that, bro.
Like 2 hours.
God, I can't do it with the rest of these songs.
Yeah.
Well, let's do them.
Bootsey Whitelaw. What is that about? Am I missing something here? What is that? What is a Bootsey Whitelaw?
You weren't listening to the lyrics literally at all then.
No, I don't give a fuck.
Bro, how are you about to bash a song with not knowing the lyrics? The lyrics are what make the song trash.
No, I think the vocal delivery makes the
Dude,
song
this
trash,
song is
but
so dumb too.
how am I gonna be involved in the lyrics if I can't even get hooked by the rest of the song?
So wanna know what the lyrics about? Wanna know what the lyrics are about?
Yeah.
Pretty much it's her talking about how she's like raised just by her mama because her dad left the picture, and how she's like wanting advice for this like irresistible bad boy Bootsey Whitelaw, but even her mom wants Bootsey Whitelaw.
Okay. That subject matter could be sick in some other context though.
There's like a Hearts song.
Like the Beatles made a song like that.
There's like a Hearts song, Magic Man, kind of similar vein of like a I'm assuming young version of the lead singer whose name I don't remember, confessing to her mom that there's like this magic man she can't resist. But that song is sick. Its lyrics are hot. Goes hard. This is trash.
Context, I bet it's sick. But
come along, Bootsey
yeah,
Whitelaw.
it's
And there's a line about, oh god, there's like some cheesy line. It's about like her asking her mama for like advice. She's like, "You go by the street rules." It's like, God, bro, it's so stupid.
Oh no,
Cheesy, so
Oh,
bad.
no.
And she's like trying to, it's like her vocals are trying to be like kind of tough and cool.
So dumb.
So dumb. Imagine your name being Bootsey. You can't be hot if your name is Bootsey, dude.
That's when you should get fucking booted out of the
Oh,
fucking country.
got him. Move him up
Or
to
after
Canada,
fucking
bro. He'd
Planet.
fit in there.
So launch your ass into space.
There's like
and
a this
burn.
like kind of like gritty-ish, like more southern rock type of riff. Dum, 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 dum. It's like trying to be gritty. It's like something that like a.
All right, this song's serious.
It's like something that. Oh, you know who would
Relax,
listen to
bro.
this? Someone in the 70s. I'm saying some like biker chick that like smokes and has a ravelly voice and is just stupid.
Yeah.
Just like drives a Harley badly.
The type of chick who goes, "I'm 14, mom. I'm moving out with my boyfriend."
Yes, and then she ends up being abused and is in like a. She's like, no, but this song, bro.
Or like Bobby from King of the Hill or something. God.
Bobby listening to
Like he'll have an
Bootsey
episode
Whitelaw.
where he just like thinks he's way tough one episode or something, and he just plays
Bing,
this song.
bing, bing, bing. He is Bootsy. He wears like like cowboy boots or something. The only way this song could be worse if they call it Bootsey White Claws. Am I right?
For real, White Claw suck.
Beer joke. I
Uh,
don't drink.
I just said this song is another pop rock song that moves a bit slower with the small guitar sections that someone once thought were cool.
For
I
real.
can't do it much longer.
And of course, there's like that cheesy pop orchestra too that just is annoying.
Yeah.
Island on the only channel. I can have my way. That's whenever you say I'm like clay. You can mold me anyway.
Pickle Me Tonight.
Pick Me Tonight is so dumb.
Another dumb, quintessential classic 70s rock. Intro sounds like Rock Me by Steve Miller Band from GTA 5.
You
But better.
wanna rockin' me, baby? That song's way better. This song is the same feel as the last track, except not tough. Not like trying to be tough. It has a cheesy, dumb dad pop rock feel with a dumb saxophone solo that's so cheesy and sounds so lame. And bad lyrics about being ripe. Baby, I'm ripe. It's like, God, it's so dumb. I'm
Ike is
over it.
terrible at writing. You just say that.
Yeah, you just keep covering stuff. Literally all the songs, the first half of the album, every song is better than every song in the last half of the album.
I think they're both equally bad in their own ways. I like the fact that there's original stuff, but
Originally bad is not as good as.
but it's worse than, or it's like just as bad as like good stuff that turned bad. I don't know.
I can see for miles and miles. No.
Okay.
This last song. Rockin' and Rollin'.
Rockin and Rollin'.
Same vibe. Once again, more like Bootsey Whitelaw with the rock and roll, man. Once again, cheesy dad pop rock. Had a little bit of a more funk and funness to it towards the latter half. It's a little bit more danceable than any of the other songs on the second half, but still nothing I would ever opt to put on unless I existed in 1973, wore bell bottoms, and skated around town. You could skate to this in 73 with bell bottoms.
Did you know that Dark Side of the Moon came out 2 years before this and somebody decided that this was a good idea?
Thank you for saying that. You said something good about the best album of all time, greatest album of all time.
Definitely was a game changer historically.
And then
I
they
think.
dropped this still.
And then somebody 2 years later, they
Well,
had
that reminds
2 years
me-
to fester.
That reminds
And then they were like, this is a good project.
That reminds me, when I was doing research, I was not doing research at all. while you were talking last week, I just got lost in a rabbit hole of rate your music and found a genre. I'm not going to repeat the name. That's a slur, right?
What?
The C word. C.
Coon?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a slur.
Okay, so I might say it. So the genre name is a racial slur for black people, but not the normal one, the one that starts with a C. So it's called That Word Music, I think. Yeah. And it was like a weird thing that white people used to do, where they'd put on blackface and then sing songs from like the perspective of like a very stereotypical black person, probably talking about like watermelon and fried chicken, like the whole shebang. It's like a 1920s thing. But I was I went through the genre and sorted by highest ranked, and there was apparently an album that came out that was in that genre the same year, 1955, the same year Chuck Berry dropped like his biggest album, and the only review of the racist album was like, to think that this song came out and sounds like 30 years old the day it came out, and Chuck Berry, that was way ahead of its time, came out within months of each other, is just like mind blowing.
Mhm.
It's insane how like archaic newer music can sound. It's like, oh my god, bro, how do you drop that in 1955?
Yeah, I don't.
And how do you drop this in 1973 or
get
ever?
it.
This is basically racist. I'm just kidding.
1975, not 1973. For this album.
Yeah, I said 55 for the
Right,
Racist
and then you
stuff.
said 73 for the other one. For this one.
that's because this didn't come out in 73.
No, 75.
I don't know. I always thought it came out in 73. Wait, so they had 2
years
Dark Side of the
of, like,
Moon
this
came out in
Mr.
73.
Dark
That's
Side
right.
of the Moon.
That's right.
Why would you still think of this?
Dude, Wish You Were
particular
Here came out
idea?
this year, and I know you don't love that album, but it's a lot better than this.
Yeah. It is. I said last song on the album is more the same. I don't think you miss much by just avoiding this album as a whole. You will not
Hey,
miss anything.
spoil that. That's a spoiler for our recommendation, bro.
Okay, well, I have to say it. That's all I got. 31.
Oh,
Not
okay.
a single song likable, and 3
Wait.
that I dislike.
that's not. Do not tell me this is better than In Rainbows
Yeah, it was.
when you first heard it, but now
Yeah,
it's
I
not.
think In Rainbows now is like maybe
Thank
17.
God, bro. Dude, how are these even in the same?
You put Title Fight and Black Lips in the same.
Yeah,
So
but you
don't
know one is
even.
bad. Like you know
Yeah,
that
Title
music.
Fight is bad.
I know both are bad, but
Both of
what I'm
those are
getting
bad
at,
too.
what I'm getting at is, you know that like that.
I like what I like.
I
and
know,
scores go
but
off
that what is it? Black Lips, Keys, whatever.
Black
Whatever.
Lips.
Yeah, like you know that's music that you show people that you're like, yeah, I know this sucks, but
It's badass.
right, like Black Dice, you also think sucks, or you think that's actually like good.
I don't know. I don't think most people would opt to hear it.
But you have like
I
music
play it
that's like, no, I
anyways.
know this sucks, but I like it. Like it sucks in a contempt in a normal
Yeah.
way, but that's why like it
Like Black
attracts
Lips.
itself to you. Yeah. But In Rainbows is not that.
Yeah, instead they're just trying to be good, and that's what makes them suck.
So
Black
it's the
Lips
exact
doesn't
opposite
try,
of
yeah.
that. This sucks, but it's good. These guys are trying to be good, so it sucks.
And these guys are trying to be good too.
But
Actually,
it's
I really can't
so
tell if
much
they're
more
trying.
worsely executed. This is so
I
much
know
more
it
worsely
is.
executed. Thank God. Okay.
But at least it's like,
But you
pretty
like this better
consistently
than
sounding.
Movement?
oh yeah,
Oh my
oh
God,
yes,
dude.
bro.
You really hate all 80s music. Except the Smiths. I think I'll get you with the Smiths.
Maybe.
Because it's just like jangle, like acoustic rock. It's like soft acoustic. It's not like,
It's like a Jack White solo stuff.
I don't know. It's jangle pop. It's not like
I can tell
synthy.
that we are gonna be friends. That's Jack White solo stuff.
Yeah, but it's got more fun. It's a bit more
Well,
fun. It's got like
obviously, that song's
jangly,
not
like
melancholy, but-
upbeat, like
Alright, that sounds
slackery.
dope.
Yeah, it's fun. Everyone likes the Smiths. Even I have like Cade that hates 80s music. One of my closest friends, Jaden, hates 80s music. They both love the Smiths.
Okay.
So maybe that's the key. We'll get to the Smiths at some point soon.
I'll probably just get to him like tomorrow or something.
No. Let's save it for an album.
All right.
Maybe that'll be my next pick.
Negative 31, yeah. 3 dislikes, the rest is zeros. Like,
Okay, I'm glad you gave him mostly
on.
zeros too. I was thinking you'd be overboard and just straight dislike everything because it all kind of sucks, but it's not offensive enough to
Yeah.
be dislikable.
I agree.
But
But it's like, it comes on, I'm definitely going to go look at you and be like, really, dude?
for real. Are you ready for this? Something has happened that has never happened before.
You got the first negative?
I got my first negative.
Ever?
-7, which is my second lowest rated album of all time. This album sucks.
Second lowest of all time? So we just happened to pick the day Tina Turner dies. We happen to pick your second lowest rated album of all time. Azhurel's first negative on the show.
First, but certainly won't be the last. Let's.
I'm still more extreme than you. Negative 31. What do you got? What do you kind of got going?
In that area.
No, I mean like for the songs, each song.
Let's check.
I-
Yeah, it's
I
my
said-
second lowest rated of all time.
I said spend the night together. I can see for miles.
I liked I
All
could see for
negative
miles.
ones.
But Baby Get It On, -1. Bootsey Whitelaw could easily become a -1. And Pick Me Tonight could become a -1. So this score could even go down, which I've never said before.
Yeah.
But man, this album just sucks,
I'm gonna
dude.
just keep playing it until it goes down. I'm just gonna keep putting it out.
Yeah.
All right.
How much would you have guessed that her what was the album that you also listened to? Not Private Dancer, but the other one.
Foreign Affairs.
Where do you think that would have ranked?
For me, probably in the negative 80s. For you, probably in the negative 10s, 20s.
So I would have thought that was worse than this still too.
Yeah, I think so.
God dang, bro.
Her 80s and 70s stuff sucked.
Tina Turner.
60s stuff is way good, but
You did it, Tina. You broke a record. Well, yeah, for this show, a record.
Azhurel's first 60 are negative. All right.
My first time rating something in the
There's
60s.
good albums in the 60s. All right.
There's no good albums in the -7.
That's true.
Wait,
Okay,
do we
so-
recommend it, bro? Come on.
Yeah, I get that the music that music in general was enriched by her contributions, but I don't really feel like her music was that interesting. It's just glam radio hits. I do think that her stuff with Ike was way sick. Like I could do with the 60s stuff
Music writing is so bad.
because it was mostly covers. I could do with the 60s stuff she did. That was sick, but the post 60s stuff is really garbage.
God.
Sorry, but not really, because that's just how I feel. In fact, I think the old stuff is so good, and we really fucked up by doing Acid Queen.
It's your fault. I blame you.
All right. Do I recommend it? Absolutely fucking not. No, you don't miss anything.
I don't even know how much. I don't know how to tell you how much. I recommend you avoid it. I recommend you
I would too.
run away from this.
I would too.
I mean, it's not like it was just like Drake's Certified Lover Boy. It also got that low negatives. It's almost worse to have low negatives because like it's so uninteresting that it's like mind numbing. At least with like a high negative, like you can like talk about, you can join together in your hatred for the album. Like you had way more fun bashing the heck out of Metallica than talking about these songs all kind of suck. I feel like there's almost more fun to absolutely hating something than just like being like, oh, this is
This is
mind-numbingly
just boring and uninteresting. It's not offensively bad, but it's bad.
Yeah. It's offensive how unoffensive it is.
Yeah, and that makes it even worse and even more offensive too.
Yeah, I'm offended.
Don't
and
listen
I
to
still
it.
think it's racist.
Yeah, don't listen to it.
What should they listen to instead? Let's give them a good rec. Give them that good Ike album.
I don't know what it's called, but
This album cover.
just start digging through Ike and Tina Turner.
The bin.
Yeah,
Big Deal
all
Bin.
that stuff is good. Like 60s, 50s stuff.
What is it? Motown? like Marvin Gaye.
It's like Motown hop or Motown rock is what I was trying to say. It's like a Motown mixed with rock.
Okay, that could be cool.
It's good, dude. It's pretty good.
You know what
And
I
a lot of
recommend
it's really
instead?
beautiful too.
I recommend listening to the Smiths. You could start off. I personally, Hatful of Hollow. No, it's not a studio album, but that's got all the bangers and the best version, best recording.